What's going on, everybody? Glad to have you here in XCFL Primetime playoff action. We have me, your boy Regan Long, and Coach Boone. How are you, buddy?
Feeling great, man. Feeling great. Ready to watch some playoff football.
Good deal. Playoff football is the best time of year in the XCFL. That's when all the cheese and all the sauce comes out. What are you looking forward to seeing most this playoffs?
I want to see a new star emerge. I want to see a team that maybe no one thought about. I want to see the player that kind of wasn't really the big name. I want to see him emerge. I want to see what Dalton Decker, one of the former top picks, can do under Nick's guidance in the playoffs. That's what I'm looking forward to.
It's an interesting point. I would love to see that as well. And speaking of the Nick game, we actually see Noah Fant taking it all the way into the end zone for a touchdown to get the Cowboys on the board first in that matchup at the beginning of the second quarter. And in Pittsburgh, in LA, the Chargers score on a pass to Evan Ingram to tie up the game 7-7. And you want to go ahead and commentate since we are kind of like the XCFL red zone. We have the Bears actually driving right now, and it looks like there's a flag on the play. What do you think about that?
Well, we have big plays all around. This is definitely going to be an explosive day as we have three of our four wild card games being played. You see Tevin Coleman taking a nice run off to the left hand side, just as the Steelers are breaking a huge play down the sideline to the 5, and they have a touchdown against the Los Angeles Chargers, and they are off to a fiery hot start as the Chargers and the Steelers are going to be looking at a 14-7 game, and we still have 5 minutes left in the second. They're scoring on almost every drive, making it exciting for the fans. And just on the polar opposite, you have the Bears and the Packers.
Sorry, Boone, you cut out. You said Bears and the Packers. And I think we lost Coach Boone.
Very intricate with how they watch film, and it's showing because they're very familiar with each other.
And Boone, we lost you for about 30 seconds there, and then it switches back to
Oh,
you saying you were like very intricate how he watches film, and I'm interested to see how that goes. I'm like, okay, well, it sounds like it was a very good commentary.
oh, wow, that's great. Well,
Yeah, you gotta love it when
felt like it
technology
was
comes
very
through
in
for you,
depth,
huh?
but
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and fix up the YouTube chat because I don't know if we actually have anybody in because you know it's okay. The guys watching this will come back and see it tomorrow, and
they'll be okay. At the end of the day, all anybody watches this for the red zone is just to be able to watch the games and not watch them alone. So, guys, we're with you. You're not alone. We're here watching this exciting football with you.
exactly
Uh,
moral support.
Zeus is over here trying to drive the field, see what he can do in his first playoff. I believe it's his first playoff game.
It
So
is. It
this will be
is.
something to see. I actually spoke to Brackett prior to this game, and it turns out he's chasing his first playoff win. So I told him just stay calm, play your game. And I want to see some good football out of him. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. On the other side, we have Nick and Dan, who are just perennial playoff players for us, perennial top tier guys. So it's really a nice wide variety of XCFL owners that we have in this playoffs today. Wow, big play from Dalton Decker. I was actually impressed with Decker's year this year. Not to say that I didn't think that Nick could do it, because we all know Nick has a long history of big passers, good quarterbacks, good receivers. He has Taj Beverly and all those weapons.
Yeah, he does.
And there goes my damn phone calls. I gotta put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Well, how about that?
Let's see. Where's my Do Not Disturb? There we go.
Boone, you're a busy man. If it isn't somebody calling you on the phone, traffic wants you, Jim wants a piece of you. The Jim, not Jim, a person, but the Jim. Uh,
Nah,
you know,
once upon a time.
oh, there's a big pass, like you said. I don't know if that's what you were seeing earlier, but there was a big chunk from
Over the
Dalton
middle.
Decker. Yeah, over the middle. We're a little bit
Yeah.
behind, it appears, but to Marquise Goodwin, I
Am
think that was
am I a
number
little ahead
11.
of you? Am I a little ahead of you guys?
Perhaps. Or I don't know if it
Uh,
differs based on the stream or what, but I guess we'll kind of just call it. And now that I'm fully capable, I guess I'll just kind of call it, and as you see fit, go ahead and throw in some analysis. And as we're talking, we got a huge play down the sideline for the Chargers. Looks like you said, I think that was exactly, now that I'm hearing it, I think that's actually the play we saw earlier. That was Andy Isabella going down the sideline uh, to, or from, like you said, Zeus to Andy Isabella. And so, in your opinion, who do you think? Because I know you mentioned you'd like to see a star emerge. Who do you think can be this year's Victor Viper Vagina Palmer?
wow, there's no reason to disrespect the Super Bowl MVP in that
well,
manner.
well, he's going to be a
I
normal
like
dev for only so much longer. I got to take my shots in now.
it's crazy. Like it's crazy the lack of that we're giving out. But
Well, bro,
um,
it's okay. To be fair, it happens over Super Bowl week, so it wouldn't have happened already. So
I
if
hear
it's
you, but I
gonna
get to
happen,
bet you
it'll
complain
happen
about
later.
it for a little while longer.
True.
Um,
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm gonna be honest. That freaking Gary Tennant dude, man, like he's probably the person that reminds me of Palmer the most.
Mm,
Just in how he's built and how his stats kind of fall. He's definitely a better version. Don't get me wrong.
mm.
He's what Palmer would be if Palmer was a top draft pick. But you know, I like watching Gary Tennant because he's a little guy who can kind of sling the rock a little bit for his arm, high mid accuracy, which is really common in this Madden.
Yeah,
And then, of course, Salvador Sanchez, greatest name ever. My
yeah.
favorite name player that we've ever gotten out of Madden.
Sprinkles, Salvador Sprinkles Sanchez, and we have a
What is
score by the 49ers. Looks like a pass to one of the receivers over there for San Francisco, and it appears that game is tied. So we've got a tie game in LA and a tie game in San Francisco, and a 3 point game, which almost intercepted on the goal line. A 3 point game for the Chicago Bears Green Bay Packers game. It appears the Bears are going to take a 3 pointer to extend the lead to 6 points. Just tucks it right inside that right out upright, and we've got a 6-0 game in Green Bay.
wow? There's nothing but points in this Chargers game. That's really something. I don't know why I expected defense, but I definitely didn't expect 21-14. That's not usually what we get.
Bro, anything with Jared in it? Yeah, for okay, that's fair though. For XCFL playoff football, it is pretty rare. Usually XCFL playoffs is when defense steps up and it's low scoring and it comes down to the wire. I agree. To have a shootout like that, it's pretty few and far between.
Yeah, like I told Brackett, I was like, look, man, just a little advice I'm pulling for you. Playoffs is all about controlling the game, and it's not as fast paced. Here he is sitting here in a shootout, first game.
Right?
That's not the other two games are more like XCFL playoffs. A lot of running, taking what you can get, wait for your shots, take your shots, and you end up in like a 7-14 game going into half, not 21-14.
Yeah, that's very true. Sometimes, that's just how it plays out. If you've got let's see. Do you mind? Let me see here. Yeah, Grizz messaged me. He was like, Boone called Steelers touchdown 20 minutes before it happened. I was like, oh, nice, nice. Yeah, so I guess we're just way, way different or like way off. I don't know. Maybe I should try to refresh. I wonder if that would help.
I'll tell you
Or
what
if,
I'll do. I will pull up my iPad to watch the stream. And if
nice.
we do it where we do like a red zone, we'll talk and then hit a by the way we just got to see. You can say it a couple
Ooh,
seconds later. So,
that's true. That's true.
that'll help out the viewers and make it a little easier for you guys. I'm sorry, I have a live stream. I have VIP tickets to everybody's game.
He
So
does. He's sitting on the front row. He's got like a foot in every stadium.
hey, look, I have a video guy in every stadium working on a docu series for my web for our Los Angeles Rams Twitter account, so
And he's got a
I can
cable the
see it.
size of, like he's got a Google Fiber cable attached to his camera, so he's got that live action feed, like 1 gigabyte of
Yeah,
data flying
we
through.
don't delete here. If
No,
you get caught, you get caught. We don't
yeah,
delete our stuff.
not at all. It's live, high def. It's exactly how you want a lot of things to be in your life. Live and high def, that would be good. Just like Jared Phillips is hoping to have a little bit of high def offense here in this game. Really good game here in San Francisco, though, as Zeke pounds it into the end zone. Touchdown Cowboys, and that'll put them up 14-7, barring the extra point. It's almost like you got to use all three of your eyes at once. Got to try to look at all the screens, make sure what's going on, see who's in the red zone, see what's going on. Man, that's
Um,
Did you expect that result though, Boone? Did you expect Van to be able to compete with Nick here in these playoffs?
I actually just got a report from the sideline saying that Coleman is done for the game. Looks
Wow.
like Coleman may not be returning to this game. So this actually doesn't surprise me because Nick, while he didn't have a bad season, don't get me wrong, he definitely didn't get off to the wins that he probably would have had without, Coleman. If he had Coleman, it would have been a whole different game. But he definitely had a harder time scoring all the points that he did score when Coleman was out. So Van's a good player. He's a great player. I've struggled to deal with him sometimes. But I definitely didn't see Nick getting beat 14-7 so far. What are we in third?
Yeah, third. That's kind of impressive. I mean, we that really does blow my mind because Nick is really more of a passing team. The way he's played, the way he has his offense set up, he's definitely been more of a passing mastermind than he has been a running mastermind. So it's cool to hear that he needs that balance in his attack. Oh wow, there's a huge catch there by Marquise Goodwin on the sideline in that San Francisco game. You see here on the replay, I mean, snags it like an Odell catch right there. I think he got both feet in and gives him a first down with a minute to go in the first half. Excuse me. And
Exactly. It's definitely interesting to see because in the playoffs when Gurley didn't show up, Victor Palmer stepped up and did his thing. So I'd be curious to see if Dalton Decker can actually follow suit like most good quarterbacks can.
and Jared Palmer almost intercepted in the red zone. He throws it directly to the linebacker and he drops it. Number 94 on the play had it both of his hands. Oh, it's 34. Excuse me. That's actually that's Edmonds. That's Terrell Edmonds, the lesser known brother of Tremaine, another
Do
Virginia
we
Tech product.
do we know what throwing motion Zeus has?
He does. He has what we were known to have I believe it's traditional two, which was supposed to be Philip Rivers, is what Nick said, but Brackett heavily contested that and said no, actually, it's not Philip Rivers. So I don't know what it is, but it's one of the traditional ones. It is a little slower from what I can tell. It's not as fast as some of the others. He was one of the ones that entered the QB throw animation roulette,
Ah, right.
one of the brave souls. And so did Salvador Sanchez, actually. No, he didn't actually. It was excuse me, it was the
Tenant.
Tennant. Yeah, and Tennant got really lucky. He actually got Aaron Rodgers, so that was pretty
There
cool.
you go.
Yeah, and he had a pretty good season. I mean, to me, that's it's awesome. That we're doing that, and Nick came up
Did
with
we
that idea.
monitor like who I guess who actually benefited from that and who kind of took a hit from that? Did
I
it?
don't know. That would be a good article option. If we had somebody to write an article and say, well, these were the stats of each quarterback. These were the ones that entered the roulette. There were a lot of backups. Not really any major known names. Like Dalton Decker actually entered it too. He had the traditional one was what I think he ended up with, which was well, it wasn't Tom Brady's, but it was something like very it's kind of basic. He didn't Nick wasn't a fan of it. He doesn't like the animation. He wanted more of a slinger type. But
Well,
we'll
we
have
need
to
something to
see.
counteract his cheese, so this is perfectly fine. It doesn't take
Exactly.
much to sling it out to Taj Beverly every damn down.
You got it. And Scott out there in the flat for the Niners. Nick calls the last time out. And let's see here in the Packers Bears game, got a minute 20 to go. Green Bay is driving, looking to tie it or hopefully take the lead with a touchdown. And the Niners kick the field goal, puts them at 14 to 10, with Dallas winning by 4 points there. And let's turn our attention to this Chicago Green Bay game. We got a 6-0 lead for them. There's a timeout in the second quarter taken by somebody.
For anyone looking for an exciting game, that game would be the Chargers and the Steelers. That's the exciting game for TV. But if you really
Ooh,
want to see what it's going to take for you to be
oh my
anywhere
goodness.
close to a
Oh my
championship,
goodness.
you need to watch this Packers game because
Speaking of
that's how you're going to find
exciting,
out how to play.
what a run by Jared Phillips. Zeus takes off for a gain of about 60 on that play. Runs through the entire Pittsburgh defense and almost gets a touchdown, but is taken down by Terrell Edmonds at the very, very end at about the 15-yard line. So that puts them in the red zone, and the Packers are settling for a field goal.
These are signature moments. These are what make and break and create a legacy. Now, I did hear some rumors that Zeus could possibly be looking at a new home here as his contract nears its end.
Yeah, everybody's
Be
scared of
interested
that
to see where he gets
giant
traded.
everybody's scared of that giant quarterback contract. But if he performs well and gets them a Super Bowl, I'm sure Brackett would be hard pressed to trade him. But as we well know, Brackett has a tendency to trade his superstar players. So, it definitely we definitely could see 100%. That's not even a dig. That's just I'm just spitting facts here. That's
Hey, bracket, I have about 3 offensive linemen that are like 80. We can make something happen.
Oh man, Zeus going for a ham sandwich and two offensive linemen. It's like, yeah, that's a good deal. That's very fair. Yeah,
Then I'll turn around and I'll trade Palmer for a 6 pack of beer, and it doesn't even have to be warm. It could be Heineken too.
ooh, Heineken. All right, wow, those are very low standards.
6 pack of warm Heineken. Nothing wrong with that.
Wow, wow. I mean, as long as it's free, but the thing is, you're kind of paying a guy for it, so it's free beer is the best beer. Second best beer is cold beer. So but if you're paying for it, nah, you gotta get good beer. We got man, there's that offensive line that they invested so heavily in Los Angeles, and they get absolutely demolished. And the running back goes down for a loss in the backfield.
And this is what I mean by watching the Packers game. He's in here making small alignment adjustments. The Riot and Pride matchup because they both know each other, and there's so many small things that they have to do in order to win a game in that division.
Yeah.
That's playoff football. You have to play that
Yep.
at some point.
It's very tactical. Very tactical. And Zeus trying to take it in, but gets smacked by Terrell Edmonds again. He seemed to have Zeus's number. He's tattooed him with number 34 a couple times today.
But he takes a hit, and he's giving it. He's definitely putting it all on the line for this win here.
Absolutely. Not fumbling either, like Lamar Jackson has a tendency to do. We don't want to talk about that. That was a tough game. The I knew it would come to my mind eventually, but Zeus Phillips with the ball, he goes quarterback draw, runs a guy over, but can't get into the end zone. That was an impressive play. Smacked the guy down, which was actually, wow, that was Devin Bush. He ran over Devin Bush, the superstar X Factor linebacker, but then a random guy, number 22, decides to take him down. That kind of blows my mind, but, Madden does its thing.
Some stranger things have happened.
Very true. Very true.
And I just saw a beautiful defensive play right before that last catch by San Francisco. The defensive back on Dallas probably saved the touchdown by swatting the ball away. We have to take the time to acknowledge good defensive plays because a lot of times defensive backs like to sit there and be a bystander and watch the ball go over
Man,
their head.
no
So I'm going to
joke.
take the time to shout out the defensive back from Dallas.
All right. Well, good for him. If whenever we see that play come up on the screen, we'll definitely make sure to give him a shout out. Let's see, are you like a little bit behind or ahead, or what's
No,
the
I'm
verdict?
watching YouTube now, so that way when I reference
Oh,
something, it just happened maybe a couple seconds
nice,
ago.
nice. Cool, cool. Alrighty. So also, since you're in the YouTube, if you don't mind, go ahead and check out the chat, see if there's anybody here, shout them out, start fights. I don't care. We're XCFL Red Zone. Anything happens. XCFL After Dark plus Red Zone. I mean, we've never done a triple stream. I think this is our first time with a. We've done a double stream. We've done a.
I thought we did 4. I'm pretty
Wow,
sure we
did
did
we?
4 this year.
All right, maybe we did. But this is triple stream. I don't. Did we do quadruple stream in playoff football? I don't think so. I feel like
I
we.
don't think we ever had 4 games at once.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think we did like a double stream. We might have had like a. We had four last game. Oh, here's a big throw down the field. Oh man, Gary Tennant just missed Hall on the outside. Looked like he overthrew the pass just a little bit.
Am I correct in understanding that Hall set the single season record for the XCFL, or is that NFL?
He did. No, XCFL. I believe he did.
Wow.
That
Holy
was,
smoke!
I
Hats off to
think he
him.
said,
He's had an amazing year, and I actually looked at his little career bio card, and
yeah,
every year he's improved, and I mean like not small improvements, large improvements. This man has gone from being like a 300-yard receiver to a 2,000-yard receiver in
wow.
4 seasons, incrementally getting better every single year.
Yeah, can you go check Daddy League? See, because I know offhand what the record was um, for Barry Brooks last year. It was like a 2080. He never did crack 2100, 21, yeah,
He
2100.
didn't. Hall didn't get it either. I'm looking up the record right now.
Okay.
Pull up the record book real quick.
Well, Nick might not
Real
have
quick.
updated that yet, though. So, like, if you go to Daddy Leagues, you'll be able to see. Oh, you're talking about the record book in Daddy Leagues, like the this
No,
Madden's
so
record book.
I'm looking at Daddy Leagues to see where his record is, or what he did in his career. He
Oh,
did
okay.
2086. Now, as far as the actual XCFL record book, yards
Wow.
in a season is season record. Here we go.
Wasn't it like 2083?
Receiving yards. Riley Leak, 2066. That's an XCFL record, unless I'm mistaken.
Wow, it is. It is. Yeah. Because I figured it was. I thought I saw that in the Twitter, but I might
Mm-hmm.
have missed it. And there's a
Uh,
big sack by
it looks
J.J.
like Nick
Watt.
is probably responding off of the league Twitter or the league YouTube account, but he says it's not an XFL record. I don't know. The record book shows Riley Leak had 2,066 yards, and Mr. Hall had 2,086 yards. That would be a record in my book. I don't know.
Didn't Barry? I don't know. I thought Barry Brooks had the record, but maybe I was wrong. And no, because it would have been broken if
Riley
because
Leak
that
was the
yeah
Riley Leak when Robert came in. He
yeah
dominated everything:
he did.
yards, receptions, and touchdowns.
That year was insane. Riley Leak was unstoppable.
Did we not have a 32% rule? There's no way he didn't
No,
break
we
that.
did. Yeah, he just threw. He was down a lot in games, so he threw a lot that year. That was what we were
Wow.
because like I saw his catches. I was like, how the heck did this guy have 100 catches? But yeah, it was one of those where like it was a very West Coast style, and the guy was just unstoppable. Riley Leak. I mean, I played that guy twice a year. He was a monster. You had to always
Yeah.
know where he was. Oh, and there's a big run by Justin Jackson against that Pittsburgh defense that's been pretty torched in the run game this year. We got a Dalton Decker coming out in a spread set.
Just a
Heavy
little
blitz coming for the
spotlight on
Cowboys.
Emmanuel
Ooh,
Hall.
wide
His rookie
open.
year, he puts up 400 yards and 6 touchdowns, follows it up with 909. Then he follows it up with 1,400 yards and 8 touchdowns, and finishes it off this year
Boone,
with
you're going to want to see
almost
this one.
2,100 yards and 15
Oof,
touchdowns.
you're going to want to see this one. This was a blown coverage by the Dallas Cowboys, top left. Uh, it looked like it was a heavy blitz out of a spread formation for the. Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry, I get distracted really easily. There's so many good games going on, but that's a brutal play. I mean, that was one where those are the kind of mistakes you can't make in XCFL football. It's a boom or bust play on defense. You send way too many people and leave a receiver wide open.
And here we go. I believe we're in fourth quarter in the Chargers game. Is that what I'm seeing? Am I
Yeah.
not in HD? Oh, this is still. Look at this 480. What am I doing in 480? There we go. Okay, so we got a good game all around. Everyone is a one possession game, bare minimum.
Wow,
Chargers look to be trying to take off with this game in the fourth quarter.
they sure are. It's that was our game that started earliest. Then we have the 49ers and Cowboys slightly behind them, and we have the Bears Packers after them.
49ers defense is answering the call right now. They're definitely stepping up and making plays when needed to be made. Despite having lost their running back, they're trying to step up and hold it down for their running back who's watching from the sidelines, probably hoping he can make it to next game.
Justin Jackson has a huge run for the Los Angeles Chargers. What a play there by him.
Is
It's got
anyone seeing this Packers defense? Like this matchup is just full of amazing plays that are just unsung. Like stopping a running back in the backfield consistently, not allowing big plays, swatting the ball instead of letting the ball go over the head, or trying to take a pick and missing and whiffing.
it's XCFL football, man, at its finest. But you have, it appears, what looked to be a huge shootout for the Steelers and Chargers has slowed down just a little bit. But that hasn't stopped the Chargers offense as they are in the red zone at the 7 yard line. Andy Isabella with a nice juke move getting them up there.
These are definitely big plays, and you have to take a moment to just admire what Zeus is doing here on under the spotlight. You're on TV, you're live in the league, and you have everyone watching. All eyes are on you. You've been the only guy with a profile for yourself. So you put the spotlight on yourself, and he's answering the call right now.
And these are the times that change the men from the boys when they
Big
determine
run by
who's
the
yeah
Dallas
it is.
Cowboys is happening.
Huge run by Zeke. Zeke went all the way into the end zone, giving the Dallas Cowboys a what will be a 4 point lead after a great kick on the extra point.
Did
And
you see the
Dallas leads that
tackle
game
get
21-17.
5 to 10 yards downfield, pick up the block on the safety of the defensive back?
Yeah, that was brilliant play there. Very well
Big
done.
man was moving. Big man has wheels.
He was. He was cooking. He sure was. Big man was out in space and he knocked that man off his
Something out
block.
of Blindside, man. I could have sworn that was
Yeah,
Michael Lore.
for real. Heavy hustle. We got a 2 point conversion attempt here for the Chargers. They did score on that last play. Jared Phillips trying to pound his way into the end zone, and he will get it. 2 point conversion successful for the Chargers to give them a 7 point lead over the Steelers with 5 minutes to go in the fourth.
Looks like we got a third down in the Bears game, and it's definitely a must-have. And he doesn't quite get it. He's sitting very close to field goal range. I'm not sure where the wind is in that game, but it looks like he's not going to go for the field goal. He may want to try this going for this on the 32-yard line.
He just may. It's a tough one. I mean, in the game where defense is ruled, sometimes you
Uh
need
oh.
those extra 2 yards to get you. Did he get it? Let's see.
We have a Steelers big play touchdown,
We do. They got a punt return, I think, or kick return for a touchdown. That
followed by
was
a great stop by Pride in his defense.
it's quite
That's gonna be
a
a turnover on downs.
it's a funny blend of you got the offense up top with the two games. You got the Niners, Cowboys, and of course Pittsburgh and Chargers going at full sail. Oh man, there's a huge pass down the field that is not complete to Marquise Goodwin. It looked like he was in his X Factor and tried to get that Moss animation, but the Dallas defense says no, sir, not today. There's Kobe Connor with a run for the Chargers, and he gets out to the 33-yard line. Chargers offense is moving, man. It's kind of demoralizing. You have this great drive to get down the field, get a touchdown lead, and then your defense blows it, or your special teams blows it, giving up a huge return for a touchdown. What do you do at that point?
I mean, you're definitely disappointed, but at the same time, you have the ball and you have all the time in the world to run your own drive, milk the clock a little bit. Well, take your time. Not necessarily milk the clock, but take your time. Bleed it down to about 10, maybe 8 seconds. Make the right read. Move the ball. Keep the clock running.
That
He
makes
could, in
sense.
theory, be the last person to touch the ball if he runs it right.
And they
Packers out here making big plays, and this is definitely coming down to an end of the game. What are you gonna do? Type of moment for each and every game so far.
It is, especially for this Niners Cowboys game. The Niners seem to go a little hard. They tried to go pretty deep, pretty aggressive, but the Cowboys defense was just not giving an inch, and it forces them to punt. And the Chargers, or excuse me, the Cowboys offense is going to be starting at the 17-yard line. Here's Jared Phillips. Like you said, he's put the spotlight on himself. I think for this end of this game, we might want to go ahead and go full screen. We're going to go ahead and see what that does. Well, actually, bing.
So, quick question. Let me ask you: if you're sitting here on defense with 3 minutes left, what's your game plan? If you're up by two,
Oh
are
man,
you
if
just
I'm up
going
by
for the
two,
stop?
if I'm up by two, yeah, I'm just going for the stop. You just got to pray that your guys make something, because man, up by two sucks, because it's like anything can get it. A field goal. Yeah, I think in this game, offense just comes so easily. I'd be terrified if I only had a 2 point lead. I would honestly say, yeah. I mean, at that point, but you can't let them score,
So,
because if they get a touchdown, it's a 9 point lead, and then it's, or no, excuse me, that'd be five. I don't know. Honestly, I might consider, depending on how late the game is, I might consider just letting them score.
well, you had 350 on the clock when I asked. I asked because I was curious what your option would be. Me personally, I am giving you everything deep. I'm
Mm,
attempting to stop anything short, but if you go over the top, you can have a quick touchdown. That's fine with me. I
that's
just don't
smart.
need you getting a first down
That's
and
smart.
bleeding the clock to kick a field goal and win the game. I don't have time for that. I want the ball.
That's really smart. Or a blitz or something heavy, like
Right.
something that
I'm
basically
gonna
makes
make
them
you
decide.
have to
Yeah,
score
yep. Either you
because you're not gonna
score.
give up
Yeah,
points.
that's interesting. Especially in an offensive game. It depends how well their defense is played. Like if it's against Tosh, nah, man, I
No
don't
way in
trust
hell.
my off exactly. I don't trust my offense. So I mean, it really is judging based on the user. In that Chargers, I assume you're talking about the Chargers game, correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
in that game, offenses come free and flowing. So for me, yeah, I would probably trust my offense more than I would trust my defense in that situation. I like that. That's a fantastic point. Force them to go short, because then, worst case, they force something and you get a pick, which
Right.
would help you even more, because now you got a 2 point lead and the ball. So
If you go over the
here's
top, you're taking a touchdown. There's no way you're gonna fall on it with 3 minutes left.
no, very unlikely. Well, I don't know.
There it
It
is.
depends.
Big play, big play, big play. We're gonna see some more offense.
That is a huge play.
Come on, bracket, hang in there, brother. You got it.
We got a. It's so funny. You're behind me now, so I'm like, wait, where's the play? And I'm like, oh, it was behind us. So I missed that play somehow. But we got, man, this is gonna be huge. We got a 4th and 2 for the Chargers here on the opponent's 30-yard line, and they pass it, and it is intercepted. And I think they're gonna go all the way with it. That is brutal. That is brutal. That's the kind you don't want to write home to mama about. Oh my goodness.
You're definitely ahead of me.
Yes,
Oh, why did he look to the?
it's
Why
going
did
to
he
be
go look to the
brutal.
left?
It's going to be you're going to be very sad. That
Oh,
is the
why did
kind.
he look to the left? Man, that hurts.
Ooh, that it's
Ooh.
brutal. And he goes all, yeah, and he went all the way. That is one that
But you
just
know what? You know what? With 2 minutes left and all your timeouts, you
it just
score a
makes it more
touchdown
awesome.
fast.
Yeah,
You get the
yeah.
extra point, and you give up the touchdown quick.
It builds up the drama, right? It's all about selling jerseys. Oh man, what a pass. Taj Beverly with a great catch on the post route. And that'll score for San Francisco to give them the lead with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter of that game.
I hope he tears an ACL.
Speaking of tearing an ACL, it looked like we had an injured Packer on the ground. I didn't see who it was or what it was about, but there was an injury there. So do with that information what you would like.
I despise Todd Beverly so much.
I can imagine. I
It's
would
it's
not.
it's wrong to say I would wish ill on someone. I truly wish ill on Taj Beverly and anyone in real life named Taj Beverly.
Oh my gosh. You got like a little voodoo doll, like with a little like
Oh
Taj
yeah.
Beverly pin cushion
Oh,
that
you
you
have
stick
no
pins in.
clue.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have no clue.
ACL,
He has a little
shoulder.
handmade
Yeah.
Niners jersey.
You got some jersey making tips from Robert. Like, yo, Rob, I need to make a really really mini version of a Taj Beverly jersey. How would I go about that? Oh man,
Imported
import.
from Rob himself. Okay,
Yeah, he
I'm
built
just
it
sitting
just
there
for you.
poking his knee, like, okay, at some point this is gonna take effect.
Exactly, exactly. You gotta like wish upon a star when you do it too. You gotta be smiling and happy and thinking happy thoughts. Kind of like flying in Peter Pan. You wanna think happy thoughts, and it's Christmas time, so
Mhm.
there's plenty of those to go around.
And then you got to make sure that you've built up all your good karma for the day
Oh,
to
of course, yes,
counterbalance what you're doing.
exactly. Or
So
else you'll kind of
I
like,
make sure I help old people, I hold
yeah,
doors,
yep,
all that
yep.
good stuff.
You get it. Yeah, it's got to balance the good vibes with the bad. The good side of the force and the dark side. Can't have too much of one or the other. But something you can't have enough of in the Chargers game is offense. And sure enough, like you predicted, Bayless or not, I was thinking Jared Bayless for some reason, but that is a basketball player. Jared
Who
Phillips,
was trash, by the way.
he was trash, yes. But we have Zeus going down the field to Justin Jackson, getting a big catch to bring up a 3rd and 1. So they are definitely not out of the woods in this game. Jared is hoping
Oh,
and praying for a stop while the Chargers fans, all what 20 of them here in the stadium. The stadium is absolutely tiny, by the way. Like seeing it when I played bracket in week 16 or 15 or whatever week it was. It was one of those games where it was like, huh, there's a not a lot of people here, and but they are Chargers faithful. I don't think they know
I
why they're
told
Chargers
you.
fans, but they're proud to be Chargers fans nonetheless. Fourth and
Game's
oh,
not over, I'm telling you.
that'll bring up a 4th and 1. I'm gonna spoil it a little bit here for you because I want to kind of commentate with it as it's live on for our viewers. We got a fourth and
Sure
one
are
here.
spoiling it. Let me go to my messages.
I know. Maybe
Pull
you
up the
should.
screen for my personal
Yeah.
joy.
Maybe you should just mute me. Yeah, just mute me. Be like, no, 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 don't tell me. Just kidding. I'll let the viewers decide. I'll give them the. We got a Zeus looking to pass here on 4th and 1, rolling left. He's got it. He's got the first down and a whole lot more, but he goes down out of bounds, and it looks like he's going to get even more tacked onto the run. There was an unnecessary roughness penalty, and that's very costly if you're a Steelers fan.
Boy, this is getting exciting.
It is. Zeus coming to the line, 17 seconds to go with 4 yards. Whoa, goodness sakes, that offensive line of the Chargers gives way again and gives away a huge tackle for loss, and that'll bring them to the 6-yard line, leaving them one timeout, 14 seconds, and 6 yards from a tie ball game. Now, my question to you, Coach Boone, if you score here, are you going for 2?
Uh, yeah, honestly, why not? I want the win, and I'm
Ooh,
not trying to go to overtime. To hell with that.
yeah, I don't trust my
Your
defense.
defense
Yeah,
hasn't played well
yeah,
at all.
yeah. If I don't trust my defense, I'm not willing to take the risk of a coin flip. That makes
And
sense.
I would probably run something like snugs, shotgun, a lot of crosses.
The crossing routes. We got Zeus getting a little happy feet in the pocket, almost intercepted underneath. That'll bring up what is that 4th and goal for all the marbles, 6 yards away, 7 seconds and one timeout. What a game we have here in Los Angeles. We have a pretty good game there in San Francisco as well, and we can cut to that one as soon as we finish here. That is a wild, wild game. Dak Prescott, on a side note, Dak Prescott seems very, very dedicated to throwing this game away. He's throwing about every time I look over there, I see Dak Prescott throwing into like double or triple coverage, and he's like, getting bailed out by terrible animations. There's a catch. No way. What a catch by Keenan Allen and a run. Plows through three guys and says, I'm getting this touchdown, whether you like it or not, Pittsburgh Steelers. With 2 seconds to go on the play, that was a fourth and goal. Huge, huge catch. And that will give the, well,
I'm not
it'll,
gonna lie. I saw that play like 3 plays ago, and I
yeah,
have been sitting here silently trying to hold in my excitement. That was an amazing play. That was an amazing finish by Keenan Allen. That's what superstars do.
wow.
Okay, that's big time stuff. You needed that play. You needed that touchdown. That's fourth down, season on the line. This is it right here for all the marbles. And he puts it where only his receiver can get it and lets his receiver make the play.
So it looks like, barring some crazy return again, he is going down. So we're going to have overtime here in this Pittsburgh Chargers game. And we're going to have what might be overtime in the San Francisco 49ers and Dallas Cowboys game, but I'm sure Dalton Decker and the Niners have something to say about that.
And just so the Packers don't get lost in the shuffle, Salvador Sanchez just threw the ball and it ends up as like a 60, 70 yard completion down to the 7 yard line in that 13-13 game
Oh,
out
wow.
in Lambeau Field. So they can't get lost in the shuffle.
No, that's
Salvador is
huge.
out here trying to put on a show too.
We got three fantastic games here, and overtime will start in the Los Angeles Pittsburgh game. And it appears Pittsburgh has the ball to start. Now, to review overtime rules for our mentally challenged, the if you go down the field and you score a touchdown, then the game is over. But if you kick a field goal, the other team has a chance to kick a field goal too. Um, and if they both kick a field goal, then the game, whoever scores first wins. So pretty much the coin toss determines who gets the upper hand. And it appears Pittsburgh Steelers have the upper hand. They're going for the touchdown on this first drive, and that's a big start, going to Kenny Galladay on the out route, who gets a good little gain up to the 48-yard line. Now, in this Dallas-San Francisco game, Dallas has been shutting this 49ers offense down pretty well. That defense is disgusting, man. Like, that's not a defense I would want to see. I know you played Van in the NFC Championship last season. What can you tell us, Boone, about that secondary for the Cowboys?
They're nasty. It's really not. The secondary is not something like super nasty. Don't get me wrong. I think he said Byron Jones and stuff, but it's the Lord, dude. He disrupts so much.
Mm. What is it? Unstoppable force? Would you consider him an unstoppable force?
I would consider him Jesus in a uniform. That's really what I consider him. He's a
he just
freaking problem.
he
I don't know
walks
if
through
anyone else
walls.
has played him as and let him go off like I have. It wasn't intentional, but that man got whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted.
Oh, speaking of the Chargers game, we have a huge interception, and I believe that might end it. He's going to take it all the way for a touchdown. Huge play, and the Chargers win their first XCFL playoff game in history. Congratulations to these Chargers and Brackett, and congratulations on a great season, Jared. That was a heck of a game.
That's a hell of a game, dude. Hell of a
What a
game.
finish.
And you know what? I'm picking Brackett. I think Brackett is the dark horse. I think Brackett has all the momentum this year to take it home and bring another Super Bowl to LA.
Wait, so what happened in the Niners game? Did Nick throw an interception, or what happened there?
I think they're too far back. He probably punted it
Oh,
because
he
he's
punted.
already on his own 20.
Gotcha. Okay, we'll go ahead and
That's a hard one
reload
to keep up. We just
this.
watched a game-ending pick six. You know,
We did. That was huge.
that's amazing.
Wait a second. We need fans. Okay.
And just like that, it looks like we're staring at a game-ending drive here for the Cowboys and the 49ers. Okay. So what we're gonna have here is we're gonna have Van driving with the tie ball game, season on the line, Dak Prescott, Zeke Elliott, everything you could ask for. Who's gonna make the plays? That's what we're looking at here.
It's a great question. We got a huge field goal here to determine whether or not it goes to overtime, and he drills it with all zeros left on the clock. This crowd in San Francisco is stunned. Big win for Van Flank. Congratulations, buddy. That's a huge, huge, huge win. And I know that was kind of a jump there. Sorry for if we were kind of in the middle of that drive and then all of a sudden it was like, ooh, surprise. But now we can go focus fully on this.
Gary Tennant and the
Yes,
Chicago Midway Bears down 7 with 2 minutes left on practically the goal line. Okay. We have a drive to save the season with a potential to go on to that nice divisional round. We can't ask for much more than this.
you really can.
You want playoff football, and you're getting every game that matters coming down to the very last play.
You want playoff football, you get it here in the XCFL. Huge game. And we got Gary Tennant. I've got the Twitch stream pulled up, getting it kind of tweaked out so it's not so weird looking. And that's pretty well cropped, so we'll go ahead and switch that over. And we got a huge, 4th and 2 on the opponent's end zone. You've got to score and get an extra point here. Now, my question to you is, if you're proud of your defense, you feel like your defense has played well, you think you can stop that offense, do you go for 2 here and end it? I mean,
No,
we haven't seen a lot of
no,
going for 2. Been very conservative.
it's
Seen a
too
lot of
early. It's
conservative
too
play
early
calls. Okay.
because it depends how much time you leave on the clock. Obviously, now he's only gonna be able to leave maybe 40 seconds. I don't want him to only have to get to the 45-yard line. I want you to have to get to that touchdown. I don't want to cut off half the field. Because if you get the ball on the 25-yard line, you only have to go 40 yards, 50 yards. No thanks. I want you to have to go the full length of the field. Put it in the end zone. Ooh.
And it does not go through. So now,
With 2 timeouts, he could still get the ball back. It's not
He
going to be a
could.
whole lot of
He very
time.
well could.
And honestly, you're playing to try and get him behind that line. So
Salvador Sanchez coming to the line. Looking to hand off to Corey Grant. I'm not sure if I wonder if their running back went down. Corey Grant can't get the edge. He goes down behind the line of scrimmage, which will be a loss of 1, bringing up a 3rd and 11. His defense is still balling. He's got to pass here. Do you think he passes, or do you think he just runs it and says, "Screw it, I'm punting and giving you your
you
10
got to run
seconds
it.
to
You
try
have
and."
to keep the clock running. It would be the worst mistake if you throw an out route and it's a pick six.
What
It would
happened to
be the
Aaron
worst mistake
Jones?
if you throw the ball and stop the clock and give him a timeout.
Do you know if Aaron Jones got hurt, or what was the deal there? Oh, and
Uh,
there's a huge run for Corey Grant, and that will finish it. He's probably, if he's smart, I'm guessing, no, he's just going to take
Why
it
did the
all the
linebacker
way.
move to the left?
He's just, the whole point was he was trying to let him score. But the problem is, yeah, the game's over either way because Pride is a smart guy. He's just going to go ahead and kill the clock, make sure this game, nothing wonky happens in this game. And we will have our 3rd playoff finish.
But pre-snap, you have the line all lined up, and the right outside or the linebacker on the right side of the field goes over to the left hand side
Yeah,
and overloads the left as opposed to staying balanced and
yeah.
being that guy that can plug that hole. Why?
I don't know. I think he just was assuming it was a heavy commit that the run was going to the left. That it was like a counter or some kind of dive. I don't know, man. Maybe it was a show blitz. It's unbeknownst to this announcer. But huge congrats to Pride moving on, and good season to the Bears. I think you're going to see a lot more from this squad. They've got the young Deshaun Hall, isn't that his name?
Emmanuel Hall.
Emmanuel
Emmanuel
Hall.
Hall.
Okay, Emmanuel Hall and Gary Tennant, that stud for the Chicago Bears. We're going to see more out of him, I'm sure. But that's all we'll see for today. And I think that was a pretty crazy set of games, Boone. What final score probably surprised you the most?
Honestly, probably the Chargers because just where he was. What was he down 9 with a
Yeah,
minute left?
yeah.
I completely missed whatever the hell the touchdown was that he put up, and then letting up the touchdown to only be down 7 with 30 seconds left. I missed the whole 30 seconds of gameplay that apparently was explosive, and I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch. But the fact that he ended up tying that and winning that game when you're down 9 with left, that game's supposed to be over.
Yeah, it is. I it was one of those kind of crazy things where he was down, he threw it. Well, he wasn't actually down. He wasn't down 9. He was down 7, I believe. He was down 7 because he threw a pick six. It was a tie game, 28-28. He threw a pick six, made it 35-28. Then he, if I recall, basically threw the pick six, and to me that would put me completely out of it. Like, great, it's done. But he maintained his composure, drives down the field, and then on fourth and goal hits a touchdown to tie it. Now, and then in overtime, his defense takes the field and gets a pick six and wins it. So that was 42-35. Um, I don't remember him being down 9, if I recall. But to me, what surprised me the most, I don't know about you, but I mean, Van was clutch, man. Nick had a few bad breaks. I think that he had a lot of picks that were left out there. That Dak Prescott was throwing some rough passes. I mean, I was looking, I was like, whoa, that was a tough one. But it the defense didn't really show up and the offense did. And did you see what happened in the Cowboys game? How the Cowboys ended up like, because I saw them on their 30-yard line, and then I see them kicking a game-winning field goal. So like, what happened in between there? Who did he throw to get that big gain?
So I believe he had a big play on the outside. I didn't see the number of the receiver. He had it was a flag route on the outside
Mm,
left by the sideline. Probably gained him roughly about 20 yards.
gotcha.
And I believe he had a crossing route on the right side. Those are the only two plays that I saw. I don't think that accounts for the whole drive, but he just made the necessary plays. Honestly, so that was amazing. His defense played well. He and Nick played extremely well as far as the defense is stepping up and making big plays. I think Nick was put at a little disadvantage with Coleman going out. Um, but Van played his ass off, as we know him to do. Just as Pride, comes out here and plays his ass off with Riot. And honestly, it was a hell of a set of games to watch. And now, if Mike Chadwick is not somewhere drunk in a ditch starting his Friday off early, maybe we can get that his game out the way tomorrow and get these playoffs rolling. We need you to beat Mike so that way we don't have to wait on him this weekend.
That would be great. Hopefully, somebody sends out the bat signal to Chad, or has calls Bud Light and has them put like a little message on the bottle. You know how they do with lost children on milk cartons. Maybe we can be like, you know, lost Chad. Somebody help us find this Chad and tell him that he has an XCFL game. I don't know. How do we?
Man,
We gotta get creative. We gotta contact Chad somehow. Be like, man, you got a playoff game. We're waiting on you, bro. But you know, if you have any
someone just needs to
ideas,
put out a flyer saying that we have free fireball shots
we
before
should
7 at the
lure
XCFL. I
him
bet he'll
in.
show up for that.
I like it. And then be like topless chicks or something, some kind of like, or no, wait, isn't he more, doesn't he swing the other way? So we might need to do like
Yeah.
topless dudes. I don't know. We gotta
Chippendales men's. There you
ship
go.
it. Exactly, exactly. Men's night. You got ladies' night. You got yeah, gentlemen's night or something weird. But
Yeah, he'll show up nice and on time for that.
oh yeah, you know it. But all right, I'm done digging my fellow league mates' sexuality now. So I think we should probably go ahead and kill this broadcast. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you so much for making this great. I know that there were a lot of you guys tuning in, and I'm sorry that the stream was a little tough. I'm just a tad bit ADD, so trying to keep up with 3 different streams all at the same time is a little difficult. But
That was hard. That was
it
hard. No,
is,
fuck
it
that. That was
is
hard.
right. You're like,
Jesus.
oh wait, somebody's scoring, and then that person's scoring, and whoa, they're doing stuff.
You
It's
have a
great.
game in the final 30 seconds, and you look around. Now you have another game sitting
Yeah,
16 seconds on the clock.
exactly. You're like, they're all so good. I don't know, but it's a wonderful time. I wonder if we can find a way. I'm gonna have to kind of brainstorm, figure out if we can find a way to like zoom into one game and then zoom back out to all three and then zoom into one. So like, I don't know. I'll figure something out. But
And by the way, that's a testament to you guys playing. You guys creating these games that's giving us problems.
yeah,
It's not a bad problem to have.
bro,
We're
three in
fortunate to
advance,
have that problem because
three
no
in
one wants to watch
advance.
a bunch of blowouts.
Yeah, and the fact that like, dude, 3 games got played at advance today, and the advance was at 11 p.m. Like, mad props to you guys. Like great week, great season. Like my roommate was like, "Wait, you're already in playoffs again?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're in playoffs again." And he's like, "Oh, wow, you guys move fast." I'm like, "Yeah, we do." So, good job, guys. Great job scheduling through, and hopefully, Boone, you and I will be in the playoffs next season. Cheers to you, my
Oh
man.
yeah, oh yeah. Because I have a lot of names to resign, and I don't have a lot of money.
Yeah, that can be a problem from what I've heard. From the most money experts.
Well, just know Gurley and Donald won't be going nowhere, so they'll be
Okay,
here for
so
forever.
they'll get paid with your left nut if you have to, right? Selling
I'm
the
telling
farm.
you. Look,
You're like,
I,
listen,
I will I will I will get rid of anyone who needs to be gotten rid of to make that
you'll
happen.
you'll start like a full lineup of 60 overalls. Just have Aaron Donald and Todd Gurley. Run.
Oh yeah,
Oh
he'll find a
gosh,
way. Look,
he
you have
will, yeah.
you have first one free, right? Make him miss in the little
Right,
jukebox, whatever it is. Do
bro.
that. I need that.
He's gonna need like first three free. If he's dealing with that kind of an offensive line. But you know, thanks for tuning in with me, Boone. I appreciate you commentating this. And guys, we'll let you go. Hope you all have a wonderful evening. And thanks for tuning in to XCFL Primetime. This is your boy Regan and Boone signing off.